Richest place in the world is the graveyard. Buried in them graves is billion, trillion-dollar ideas. Ideas that could have changed the world, could have uplifted people, could have cured anything. But guess what? A person just left it as a thought and never took action and just died with their treasure. Don't die with your treasure in you, for real. Sometimes we need to humble ourselves and not always saying what we will or won't do when we in somebody else's situation. And we never been through that situation, for real. Because what happens is the universe will put us through that same situation just to test us, to let us know what we will do or what we won't do in a certain situation. And that shit is to humble us, for real, so we won't be so judgmental and arrogant. That shit humble us when we go through certain situations that we didn't even have to go through if we had just humbled ourselves, for real. Time is one of the most valuable things we have, for real. You could tell how somebody value you by how they value your time. Shit, man, you could waste money, always make more money, but when you waste your time, it's gone forever, for sure. One thing I learned, sometimes you got to tell people no, for real. You got to protect your own self. You got to protect your own mind, your own sanity, and your own peace. And people will use you up every time for their own benefit. But it's our fault. It's your fault. If you're afraid to tell somebody no, you sacrifice your peace, your happiness, your time, your money, and somebody use you up till you are used all the way up, and then they gone, and now you bitter at them when you could have just said no from the start. I ain't saying being selfish, but sometimes you got to say no and do what's best for you, your peace, your spirit, and your own well-being, for real. I learned some shit ain't personal what people do. When a bee sting you, he don't know you, he don't dislike you. He a bee, and that's what he do. He sting shit. And so that person who do fuck shit, make up lies about you, gossip on you and everything like that, that don't mean they just dislike you. That's what they do. They a gossiping motherfucker. You talk all that come together black people bullshit, you can't even come together with your friends. You can't even come together with your friends and your family, people you know and actually love. How the fuck is you gonna come together with a complete stranger, with a complete different background from a whole different place? You can't even come together with the people you love because you too busy hating on them and competing with them, for real. He good at something, you good at something. Instead of you helping him and he helping you do y'all real gifts and make something big of it, you want to do the exact same thing he do. That ain't even your gift. You want to do his gift because he making a little more money than you. He getting a little more props from you. So now what you do, you competing with him. And you can say it ain't competition, but if y'all providing the same service to the same group of people, y'all in competition. Now, how the fuck is you gonna come together with strangers? You can't even come together with your friends because you hating to compete with them, for sure. My advice to anybody, my advice to my son, my advice to a friend, my advice to anybody is be who you are even when it's unpopular. If I die right now, I hope that's the mark that I left on this world. I want to preach following God, follow your heart, follow what's in your spirit and not what's cool, popular, or the trend. And I hope that's the mark I left on the world. Like, follow with that inner gut, follow what brings peace to you and not what everybody else think is cool. And so that's what I represent, for real.